Good morning, students. Let us continue exercise 1.3. We have already solved question number 1 to question number 5 in previous lecture. Now we have to continue remaining questions. Which questions are remaining here? Question number 6, question number 7, question number 8 and question number 9. In question number 6, it is said that we have to take different fractions or rational numbers which are resulting terminating decimal. On the basis of this one, we have to just satisfy the property of Q. Q means it is the embodiment of denominator. P upon Q. P is numerator and Q is denominator. So we have to satisfy the property of Q. Q means denominator. What property is derived from Q? We have to discuss and analyze today by taking different examples of terminating decimal. The first example you may take here, 1 by 4. If you convert 1 by 4 into decimal, so ultimately you will get 0.25. And 0.25 itself is the example of terminating decimal. We can take another example. Suppose 1 upon 5 is taken. So 1 upon 5, if you divide 1 by 5, the result is 0.2, and 0.2 is itself a kind of terminating decimal. Similarly, we can take 1 upon 10 and 1 upon 10. We can convert into decimal, and decimal representation of 1 upon 10 is 0.1, and 0.1 implies to terminating decimal. In this way, all these three examples are the examples of terminating decimals. They are resulting terminating decimals. Here P, the value of P is 1, the value of Q is 4, value of P is 1, value of Q is 5, value of P is 1, and value of Q is 10. So we can take any example, but we have to satisfy the prime property of Q. How? On the basis of Q, how can we decide without actual division the given decimal is terminating decimal? It means we have to satisfy the property of Q. Q means the property of denominator. Now let us examine. It is 1 by 4, so we have to note down 1 by 4. Now, only 1 is the common factor, except 1 nothing is common factor. So 1 upon 4 is already in simplified form or standard form. So we have to find out prime factorization of denominator. Firstly, we have to take fraction, we have to note down in standard form, and secondly, in second step, we have to find out the prime factorization of denominator. What is the denominator here? It is 4. If you find out prime factorization of 4, it will be 2 into 2. Numerator will not be factorized, only denominator. We have to satisfy the property of denominator. That's why numerator will be as it is. We have to find the prime factorization of denominator. Now see, 2 into 2. 2 is multiplied by 2, so this can be noted down 2 to the power 2. Power notation can be noted down 1 upon 2 to the power 2. Now see, any to the power 0 is itself equal to 1. So we can note down here, multiplied by 1, 1 can be multiplied and there could be not any impact upon the result. So in the place of 1, we can note down here 5 to the power 0. Because we have to establish the value of Q in the form of 2 to the power m and 5 to the power n. So this can be noted down 1 upon 2 to the power 2 multiplied by 1. In the place of multiplied by 1, we can note down here 5 to the power 0. It means what? This is in the form of 1 upon 2 to the power m multiplied by 5 to the power n. What value of m is here? The value of m is 2, the value of n is 0. So this is expressed in the form of 1 upon 2 to the power m multiplied by 5 to the power n, where the value of m is 2 and the value of n is 0. Now we can take another example, that is 1 upon 5. 1 upon 5 can be noted down. 1 upon, we have to take 2 and 5 only. So 2 to the power 0, that will become 1, and 5 to the power 1. Power 1 is not written, but here I have noted down here power 1. It is always hidden here. So this can be noted down 1 upon 2 to the power 0 multiplied by 5 to the power 1. If you simplify it, this will be equal to 1 upon 5. How? 1 upon 2 to the power 0 is 1 and 5 to the power 1 is 5. So 1 upon 1 into 5, that will be 1 upon 5. Now this one is noted down in the form of 2 to the power m, 5 to the power m. Again this can be noted down 1 upon 2 to the power m, 5 to the power n form, where the value of m is 0 and the value of n is 1. Again we can take 1 upon 10, and prime factorization of 10 is 2 multiplied by 5. Now 2 to the power 1 and 5 to the power 1. It means this one equals 1 upon 2 to the power m, 5 to the power n, where the value of m is 1 and the value of n is also 1. So the denominator is expressed in the form of 2 to the power m multiplied by 5 to the power n. What meaning is there? Q is either powers of 2 or powers of 5 or both powers of 2 and 5. See, 1 upon 2 to the power 2, it is denominator is powers of 2, 2 to the power 2. Here 1 upon 5, it is powers of 5. 1 upon 10, this one is powers of 2 and powers of 5 both. It means what? When the denominators are either powers of 2 or powers of 5 or both powers of 2 and powers of 5, so that will result terminating decimal. In this way we can say A, B and C implies the denominator Q means denominator must satisfy which form? 2 to the power m into 5 to the power n form for terminating decimal. What meaning of this one is there? Denominator is either powers of 2 or powers of 5 or powers of both 2 to the power powers of 2 and 2 powers of 5. It can be combined here. So different possibility is there. So Q must satisfy what? 2 to the power m into 5 to the power n form. For which purpose? To result terminating decimal. In this way Q satisfies 2 to the power m multiplied by 5 to the power n. This is very important property. Without actual division we can predict that the given fraction is resulting terminating decimal or non-terminating decimal. On the basis of this property, directly we can say the given fraction is resulting terminating decimal or non-terminating decimal. If it is in the form of powers of 2 or powers of 5 or powers of both 2 and powers of 5, in this condition always the result will be terminating decimal, and this is a very prime and important result in rational number. In question number 7, we have to write different numbers which are irrational. The first example can be noted down. What are irrational numbers? In previous lecture I told you decimals are basically two types. First one is terminating decimal and second one is non-terminating decimals. Again, we can classify non-terminating decimals into two divisions. What are two divisions here? First one is non-terminating repeating and second one is non-terminating non-repeating, or you may say non-terminating non-recurring. Both terminology can be used here. If the decimal representation is terminating, so definitely the given fraction would be a rational number. It can be converted into rational number. Second type of decimal is there, non-terminating recurring. Non-terminating recurring is non-terminating repeating. Something is repeated there. So that can also be converted into P by Q form, as we have already proved in question number 3. This type of decimal can also be converted in the form of P by Q, and any form P by Q is called a rational form, rational number form. Another type of decimal is there, that is non-terminating, non-repeating. Non-terminating means the value of remainder is never 0 and nothing is repeated here. Such type of examples, we have to write 3 examples of non-terminating, non-repeating or non-terminating, non-recurring. So repetition should not be there. What will be taken here? 0.1 followed by 1 0, again 1 followed by 2 0, again 1 followed by 3 0, again 1 dot dot dot. See the pattern. Nothing is repeated here. No any repeating block is there. If we note down 0.10, 10, 10, 10, so that will be repeated because 10, 10 is repeated here. So we have to break repetition, and this must be non-terminating, means dot 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 should be there, and non-recurring means nothing should be repeated here. So this is a kind of pattern. By using this type of pattern, we have to solve the rest of the questions. So what is there? 0.10, then 1 followed by 2 0, then 1 followed by 3 0, then 1. So after all, what is there? Nothing is repeated here, and dot 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 indicates this one is non-terminating and non-repeating. Nothing is repeated here. So such type of examples we have to select. By the same way, we can select another example, that is 0.20, 200, 200, 2 dot dot dot. Now see, no any repeating block is there. Nothing is repeated here. Similarly, another example can be taken, that is 0.30, 300, 300, 3 dot dot dot. This type of pattern should be shown whenever any irrational number is required. So you have to write non-terminating, non-recurring decimals. Anyhow, you have to break the repeating condition. How can we break the repeating condition? If 0 is here after 3, so after 3 we have to put here 20, after 3, 30, after 3 dot dot dot. This process can be continued. If we apply this process, so this decimal expression would be what? Non-terminating, non-repeating or non-terminating, non-recurring. So this is the example for non-terminating, non-repeating, and these numbers cannot be expressed in the form of P upon Q. If any number which is not expressed in the form of P by Q, so that group of numbers are known as irrational numbers. So we have to give 3 examples. So like that you may write other examples, but you are required only 3 examples. So either note down the same example or you can frame. But one thing should be obvious here, you have not to repeat any digit. You have to break the repetition. Suppose you have taken 0.5, so 10, 5, 00, 5, 000, then 5 dot dot dot. Doing so, you are breaking repetition, and dot 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 indicates this one is non-terminating. So this is example of 3 irrational numbers, and we can note down these examples. So you can frame yourself of your example, or you may note down the same example which is written here. It would be better if you create your examples. Now all the above decimals are non-terminating and non-recurring, either say non-repeating or non-recurring, both are the same words. Clear? Now let us consider about question number 8. What is given in question number 8? We have to find three irrational numbers between 5 by 7 and 9 by 11. So let us see how can we find out. Now keep in mind, we have to find out three irrational numbers between 5 by 7 and 9 upon 11. 5 by 7 itself is a rational number, 9 upon 11 itself is a rational number, because decimal representation of 5 by 7 is non-terminating recurring and 9 upon 11 is also non-terminating repeating. So 5 by 7 is in P by Q form, 9 upon 11 is also in P by Q form. So both are rational numbers. Between these two rational numbers, we have to calculate three irrational numbers. How to calculate such type of questions? Firstly, we have to convert both 5 by 7 and 9 upon 11 into decimal form. Now you have to divide 5 by 7 and 9 by 11. If you divide 5 by 7, what will be obtained here? It will be 0.714285 and bar will also be there. If you convert 9 upon 11 into decimal form, so this will be 0.81 and bar will cover both the digits. Here 6 digits are covered in repeating block. Here 2 digits are repeating in repeating block. So this one is non-terminating repeating, this one is also non-terminating repeating. Ultimately both are resulting which type of number? Rational number. Now we have to find three irrational numbers between these two rational numbers. So number should be between 0.714285 but less than 0.818181 ... So which type of decimal is irrational number? Just in previous question we have discussed any decimal which is in the form of non-terminating, non-recurring, such decimals are irrational numbers. So we have to select such numbers between this one and this one in such a way that they must be non-terminating and there should not be any recurring or repeating block. The same process, it should be greater than 0.71 but less than 0.81. So any number can be taken. Infinite numbers are there between this one and this one. It is upon you to decide it. Infinite numbers, irrational numbers are there. So if you take greater than 71, it is 0.7210, 7200, 7200, 72 ... Now see the nature of this decimal. Which type of nature is there? Firstly, ... indicates that this number is non-terminating. 10, 00, 000 is put here for which purpose? To break the repeating block. So nothing is repeated here. No any digit is there which is repeated again and again. So repeating block is broken. Secondly, there is no end of the calculation. The value of remainder is not 0. So it is non-terminating. And secondly, it is non-recurring. If this type of decimal is there, so we are just put this type of decimal into irrational number. Second may be there, since we are required between 0.71 and 0.81, So another number can also be selected here. After 72, can be taken 0.73, 10, 73, 00, 73, 000, 73, ... This type of pattern you have to adopt. If this type of pattern is not there, the no number will be rewarded for you. If you try to get reward for solution of such type of numbers, so you have to follow the pattern which is discussed here. Between these two rational numbers, we are required three irrational numbers. And which are three irrational numbers? Whose decimal expression is non-terminating, non-recurring. Both of the qualities should be there. It must be non-terminating, and second one, it is not repeating also. So both of the properties should be there. Only then we can say the given decimal is non-terminating, non-repeating, and such decimal is really called irrational numbers. Third example may be taken 0.74, because the last limit is there 0.81, so we can take 0.7410, 7400, 7400, 74. Like that we can take 0.75, 0, 7500, 75 000, 75 ... Similarly 76 single 0, 76 00, 76 000, 76. Again we can take 0.78 10, 78 00, 78 000, 78 ... Again we can take 0.79 10, 79 00, 79 000, 79 ... Again we can take 0.80, 8 00, 8 000, 8 ... We have to write anyway greater than 0.71 but less than 0.81. So we can write infinite numbers, but we are required in this question, according to the question, we are required only 3 solutions. So we can write only 3 numbers. I hope you understand how to solve such type of questions. Between two rational numbers, how can we trace irrational numbers? Wherever it is talked about irrational numbers, at once you will consider which type of decimal? Non-terminating, non-recurring decimal, and that will be irrational numbers. So convert rational numbers into decimal form and create a pattern in such a way that there should be non-terminating, and secondly nothing is repeated. Such type of combination can be formed here. You can write infinite number of such solutions, but you are required only 3. So we have noted down only 3. So you may note down either this example or example of your own. It depends upon you. Now in question number 9, we have to justify whether these numbers are rational numbers or irrational numbers. We have to clarify whether these numbers are rational numbers or irrational numbers. We have to classify. So many numbers are there. The first number is under root 23. As you know, 23 is not the perfect square. If any number in square root is not perfect square, so decimal representation of this 23 will be what? A kind of decimal would be there, and that decimal would be non-terminating, non-recurring. If decimal representation is non-terminating, non-recurring, so this indicates which type of rational number? Irrational number, as 23 is not a perfect square number. It is not a perfect square. So this 23 is irrational numbers. Other example, other regions can also be given. Since under root 23, the result of under root 23, if you find out the square root of 23, so decimal representation by long division method you can calculate the value of under root 23, and decimal representation would be always non-terminating, non-recurring, If non-terminating, non-recurring decimals are there, so ultimately it is irrational numbers. So different reasons may be there. Either say 23 is not a perfect number, square number, or square root of 23 is representing non-terminating, non-recurring decimal. That's why this is irrational numbers. It depends upon you. Both the logic can be given. Either it is not a perfect square. This logic also apply here. Second one, you may write another logic. The decimal representation of this one is non-terminating, non-recurring. Therefore, this one is irrational number. Now go to second part. Under root 2 to 5. If you find out square root of 2 to 5, it can be noted down 15 into 15. If you multiply 15 into 15, so that will come what? 225. Under square root 15 into 15, and you know, if under root square a pair is there, what to do? We have to take only one element out of the square root. So one element will be taken from square root, and that is 15. And 15, what type of number is there? 15 can be noted down 15 upon 1. It is in the form of P by Q. So 15 is which type of number? This is a rational number. It can be presented in the form of P by Q, where the value of Q is not equal to 0. Now consider about third part of this one. It is decimal representation 0.3796. So which type of decimal is it? You can identify this without any hesitation. You can respond it. This is a kind of terminating decimal, and every terminating decimal is what? A rational number. See, every terminating decimal is, this one is indicating terminating decimal, and terminating decimal can be converted in the form of P by Q. In previous classes you have been taught in decimal chapter, you can convert decimal into fraction or fraction into decimal. Both of the process are given there. So if terminating decimal is there, so that will be a rational number. Now consider to the last part of this question. This is 1.110, 1 followed by 20, 1 followed by 30, 1 followed by 40, 1 dot dot dot. This dot 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 indicates it is non-terminating. 10, 00, 000, 40. This indicates repetition is broken here. It means nothing is occurring again and again. So this one is non-terminating, non-recurring or non-occurring. So this indicates non-terminating, non-recurring, and non-terminating, non-recurring decimals are in the category of which type of number? This one comes in the category of irrational numbers. In this way, we have completed exercise 1.3. Now, before solving this exercise 1.3, at the time when lecture was going on, exercise 1.1 and 1.2 are also given, and I told at the time of explanation you have to solve yourself. Very easy questions are there, two first type of questions, some other questions are there, and those questions are already discussed during the lectures. So you can attempt exercise 1.1 as well as exercise 1.2 yourself, and exercise 1.3 is done here. So you will complete exercise 1.1, exercise 1.2 and exercise 1.3. After that we will consider next exercise 1.4. Before that, some basic and fundamental things are there, elementary things are there. So we will discuss those also. From time to time we will try to discuss regarding the property of these rational numbers are real numbers. So I hope you will complete exercise 1.1, exercise 1.2, exercise 1.3. Still you face any sort of problem, so you may ask without any hesitation, because you may write their remarks कि such question of such exercise is tough for you and I will make it easy on the basis of your remarks given. So I hope you will solve exercise 1.1, 1.2 and 1.3. After that we will attempt next exercise along with the basic concepts. Thank you. Have a nice day.